Hey, what's good, guys? Your boy CG.
It's your boy Bernard Bars.
Welcome back to the Backroom. Let's have a real conversation.
Let's go, man. What we talking about, man?
All right, man. This one, I want to call "Who's in Control."
Okay. Where you going?
And now, this is something that is probably one of the biggest stories in the last few months. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh my.
So, now let's take it back kind of to the beginning.
Okay.
Will Smith.
Oh my goodness.
And the Oscar slap.
Oh my.
Slap heard around the world.
And you made me watch this video yesterday.
Yeah.
I did not want to see this.
Let's start at the beginning, right?
Okay.
So, Chris Rock made a joke about Jada, implying that she should be in G.I. Jane 2 because she has a ball cut head.
Of course.
Now, I've actually dated a girl that had a cut just like that.
Well, they said it's a medical condition, right?
Understandably,
right.
But at the same time, if you don't see if you can't see the beauty in a girl being able to actually wear that, like Jada does not look weird with her head ball.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So the joke in the first place, knowing that like if you really got the confidence of what, like, why are you putting it towards the negative thing? Mm-hmm. Why aren't you looking at like, it doesn't matter why I've done this, I still feel as confident as ever. And normally that's what most girls do it for. Yeah. It's because it's one of those things they're so like, hair for girls is a huge deal.
True.
So to be able to put yourself in a situation to where you can't grow that hair back like that. Like it has to grow back naturally on its own. Yeah. So that right there in itself, by cutting their hair off, is a statement saying that I don't need my hair to be a woman, to be beautiful, to be confident, to be secure with myself.
Agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
my thing is too, and like I said, I don't mean to cut you off with that, is just looking at the whole situation for me as a man. Like, I know people are saying, well, he was taking up for his wife, he was whatever like that. Us as real men, we handle things differently.
It's a completely different tack. You know what I'm saying? Like like as men, like we handle things like situations that we stop situations that can affect our family, and our family don't even know. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Like it might be like it's things that like they may find out like, oh my God, like why didn't I know about this?
Exactly.
Don't worry about it.
Exactly.
I handle it.
I agree. The one thing that us as men have to understand, the most dangerous man is a man who's in control.
Of his emotions.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say, of his emotion. If you can control your emotions, these people cannot touch you out here. That's the one thing that I had to learn. I think we both had to learn a lot of that.
Oh yeah.
We had to do a lot of self-control. And this is not to say his wife told him to do anything or he felt a certain type of way. But if I'm in control, and that's what I understand where you're going now. Right. Is I'm looking at the situation. I'm at the Oscars. Right. Okay. Chris Rock, one of the greatest comedians ever, by the way. Right. He could have said it 10 times worse than the G.I. Jane joke. Like if you watch any of Chris Rock's specials, like you will know Chris Rock could have said anything else. Right? Right. So in that instance, if that's me, if Jada don't like what he's saying, I look at Jada, I say, you know you beautiful. I'm gonna take care of it. You know you beautiful.
Reinforce her confidence.
And I'm gonna say you're beautiful. Now with all this other stuff that's coming out now, like it getting to a point where it's like, it's ridiculous because, you know, we're tired of hearing it. Like you're tired.
Yeah.
You like listen. And the what you made me watch the other day is like it's basically like he's re-apologizing again and like going through this mental state. Like you know,
and you could tell.
Yeah.
There's so much that he's holding back in that because I think that I don't know if it was him that really done it. I think it was part of the public, part of his publicist.
Yeah, okay.
You know, part of his people that may be around him.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to say something, Will.
Yeah.
So the thing is that he still never acknowledged why he did that.
Right.
The whole fog thing, all that stuff, we ain't trying to hear all that. Cause see, like, with being the Oscars is a very, like, you know, it's a classy event, right? So when things like that, Chris Rock understood the assignment.
He did.
He got slapped, handled it with class.
Yeah.
Holy shit, Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me.
Woo.
Boom. Let me get on with my show.
Right.
Even though he didn't know, like, he had to get his bearings again. But the thing is he handled the rest of it with class. Now, Will Smith, he already knew he winning. Right?
Already know.
You got the stage to
already know it.
Say whatever you need to say. He could even publicly reinforce her security.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So instead of, and this is the thing, this is something for life for y'all, right?
Yeah.
If you handle a negative situation with another negative situation, it has no choice but to have a negative outcome.
Yeah.
There's nothing positive that can ever come out of that. The only way to combat a negative situation is with positivity.
Yeah. And see, you can never control what somebody says.
Nope.
What somebody does. But the one thing that I always learned was I can control how I react.
Right.
You can't control that. You can't decide if I'm like, oh, okay, he disrespected me in public. So now, you know, I know they got those people, well, he disrespected her in public, so he should be embarrassed in public. It's in certain situations. And that's a situation, like, I feel like,
but then
you gotta know what's the situation, right?
Right. But then also, let's look at Jada.
Okay.
Yeah, it was directed towards her and everything, but Will Smith got up out of his seat. Mm-hmm. Jada, as his wife, and this is what I would expect my wife to do.
Yeah. Exactly. It's not important.
Don't worry about that.
Exactly.
What is that right there in that moment? You kept the peace for your family, and you also reinforced your own security. But you also sent the message to your husband, right? So that means that 9 times out of 10, most likely he's gonna acknowledge that moment that you guys just had right there, right? Yeah. He's gonna acknowledge that moment because it's his moment.
Yeah,
it's his first Oscar,
and
he finally got it.
You just protected him.
Just protected the whole situation.
You protected everything.
Now, who's in control? Like I said, Jada come out here and make us say, well, I hope these two men can find some kind of, like, what are you?
I'm your husband.
Where's his support for, where's the support for his mental health? Okay. Why is this man on a video by himself? She not there.
Right.
As a real fucking wife, as a real husband, if you going through a situation like that, especially as big as both of them are, their family is.
Yeah.
You should be right there with him. Hey, I don't care if you right or wrong. Regardless, if you right or wrong, as a husband and a wife,
you better be,
bruh. We in this. We got a contract, right? Don't we got a contract?
Yeah.
So that means that whether I'm right or wrong, we'll handle the right and wrong part behind closed doors.
Right.
But out here in the public, we a unit. We a team. We unshakable. We unbreakable.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So why is it you don't see Jada and Will together?
Yeah.
You can't have a healthy relationship if at the moments of tribulation in your family unit, you guys aren't being a unit.
Yeah, and see, my thing is in certain situations, especially with women a lot, I get the whole, like, for some men, and we're not saying all women, but I feel like some of them treat some men like toy soldiers. Like, it's like, this is what your purpose is. She's gonna put a battery in your back.
Mm-hmm.
You need to go up here and protect me. But then if something don't go right, hey, this is what it is. That's the reason why I feel like it's a lot of brothers in jail for probably taking up for their sister for dating a guy who was no good for her in the first place.
Right.
They put that pressure on him to go and protect when it's a situation like, listen, you gonna got yourself in this situation. So now he has to go protect, and then now it's like, well, I don't have anything to do with it. So it's kind of like in certain situations, when we talking about who's in control, you have to control yourself. Even though that's your wife, I understand that you're mad in that situation. My thing is, if it doesn't seem like she's gonna control me, I have to have that mental fortitude myself to understand the moment.
And the thing is, right, with Will Smith being a celebrity and everything like that, with just, celebrities in general, it seems like we got such a big eyeball inside of their life.
Right.
But the thing is, we don't know all the micro nuances that happen that actually create the relationships in those celebrity circles. You know what I'm saying? So we only seeing a snapshot of what happened. You know what I'm saying? So like, we don't know really what the history between Will Smith and Chris Rock is.
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, if anybody should know what the history between Will Smith and Chris Rock is, it's Jada.
Of course.
So again, Jada should have, hey, don't do that.
I agree. And see, and it's to a point where it's like, if you don't have that person, like you said, if this is a contract, we're supposed to look out for each other.
Yeah.
When does, like, we know the man supposed to protect, provide, but it's to a point where it's like, they need protection too from certain stuff.
Right.
Like,
so this is the thing. In a natural state of things, this is not to be putting any women down or whatever like that,
not,
right?
Of course not.
A man in a relationship is supposed to be the leader, the example, and he's supposed to carve the path for the family.
Yeah, okay.
The woman in the relationship is the backbone of that man.
Yeah.
So meaning that long as she is his backbone and standing strong behind him.
Oh,
and that's not.
It's no negative thing.
This isn't even This is, because say for example, the reason why I say behind, if you're walking down a street on a sidewalk, right? You're supposed to stand on the outside of
of course.
You know what I'm saying?
I get you.
So that means that technically, if you look at it from this angle, the woman is behind him.
Yeah.
Right? So he is her protection just as much as she is his, because he gonna see whatever coming right there in the immediate, anything that happening in the immediate situation, he finna handle that. He is the first line of defense.
I agree.
Now the woman, she's seeing 3, 4, 5 steps ahead of him because she doesn't have to worry about the immediate situation.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So she is the backbone to that situation. So she stands behind him and supports him.
I love that analogy, man.
Okay. So the thing is that she should have known, based off the history between Will Smith and Chris Rock, that him going up there was not going to do anything good for him.
Exactly. Like it's basically like, you know what the ramifications is. So like, if you're my backbone, I may be so full of anger, but you're supposed to see them 3, 4 steps.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I can be full of anger because my job, we already know this as men, especially when we have wives. Our job is to lay down our life for our wife, for our wives and kids. Our job, that's the one thing they always like taught us, real men, like, you protect the women.